All right, you got the picture? Good. Everybody get back to work. What's good, Two Shoes, y'all? I want to let y'all know about Two Buddy. We've been partnering with them. There's a link right below this video that you should definitely click on. It's 30% off. Trust me, you want to install that for the growth of your YouTube, whether it's subscribers, watch time hours, tags, all types of stuff. They have all types of stuff. Can't get into all of it because this will go forever. Trust me, hit that link, 30% off. You won't regret it. Install, Placow, your YouTube growth goes boom. Just like that.
Welcome back to the Purple Pill Podcast. This is episode 35, the Kevin Durant episode. How y'all doing this week?
I don't like Kevin Durant. I do not like Kevin Durant. I do not agree with that.
Tarantula.
No. We're not.
Why you hate it? Why do
It's
you
not
always have to hate
hated, man.
Why is it every time I come here, someone has to hate on something I like? Why do y'all invite me?
Kevin Durant don't get. All right, you got the picture? Good. Everybody get back to work.
Thank y'all again for watching our video. Make sure you like and subscribe down below. Also, make sure you go to our social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Also, we're on TikTok. It's at Inspired by Ambition. Our website is inspiredbyambitionpro.com. Go check that out. We sell hoodies and t-shirts there. They're pretty dope. Go check that out. Lastly, once again, y'all, we just appreciate you guys watching the video. Thank you once again. Peace out.
Peace. Y'all stay up.
As that go live, it's a holiday weekend. We got tomorrow off. Kick it in.
Yes, sir. How about you, Rob?
It was a good football weekend. I saw the Marvel Shang-Chi movie.
Let me guess, it's trash.
No, I liked it. It was pretty
Oh
solid.
wait, I forgot he likes Marvel. Never mind. Yeah.
It was pretty solid. The choreography. Yeah, the choreography was really done well.
What's good, Two Shoes, y'all? I want to let y'all know about Two Buddy. We've been partnering with them. There's a link right below this video that you should definitely click on. It's 30% off. Trust me, you want to install that for the growth of your YouTube, whether it's subscribers, watch time hours, tags, all types of stuff. They have all types of stuff. Can't get into all of it because this will go forever. Trust me, hit that link, 30% off. You won't regret it. Install, Placow, your YouTube growth goes boom. Just like that.
That's fair. I would, but my kids have no interest, so
Really?
they don't want to watch it. I asked them last week. I was like, "You guys want to go watch new?" They're like,
New Marvel movie, there.
They were like, I get a lot.
There's a lot of Marvel stuff coming out. I feel like we've gotten a lot of stuff since the pandemic happened to now.
Maybe
Like it started with Disney Plus. I think it's just a lot for like even what Rob said. Like you don't like even if you don't leave the film like attached to the character. If that's probably not enough to even go into the movie. You feel me? At this point, because there's so much with you got the Eternals coming up too now, right?
Yeah,
So it
like
comes out in 2 months.
I want to.
Then Spider-Man comes out in December.
I'm excited. I like Spider-Man a lot.
We're in Marvel season right now.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I just don't know.
We're in Disney mode. That's what you meant to say. We're about to change the logos from Marvel to Disney real soon. That way people forget.
What do you mean?
Oh yeah. Nah, you can't forget that. Stan Lee would always. Nah. I don't know.
Disney gonna find a way.
It's possible, I guess. I don't know.
That machine.
Mm-hmm.
You know Stan Lee is literally God of the Marvel Universe. He created all this.
I mean, if he created it, right? If he created Spider-Man, created Iron Man.
He co-created.
Black Panther. Yes, I mean it was him and Jack Kirby, but it was Stan's ideas.
Was it?
Hmm?
I don't know.
That's
So,
a genius.
Kirby was just like, are the artists?
They did both. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
because
how
I
do
think you can go find Stan Lee's like original Spider-Man drawings.
Oh wow. Wonder what those are worth. How much would you pay for an original Spider-Man drawing from the now deceased? Rest in peace.
You want to go look them
Yeah,
up and see how much they are?
yeah. Google it. How much would it be?
You gotta be an investment.
How about hold on? How much do you think it is first before we find out?
Oh,
First,
bro, it's
first,
easy. It's easily
100 grand?
nah. I would say
I
like
think
No,
500, half a million,
500
half a mil.
for the original Stan Lee Spider-Man drawing
I was gonna say 20,000 to 25,000.
comics
Wait, are we talking about the whole comic, or are we talking about the original just drawing of Spider-Man?
drawing. Like that's what you were talking about, right?
Yeah, I'm saying like 10. I'm saying like 20,000, something like that.
Okay, let's see.
20,000.
I was thinking 100 for like a because you
It's
can't get no more.
yeah, exactly. It's definitely possible.
I don't know net worth.
Worth, yeah, price.
How much
Oh
is the
1.1.
my
original
god!
Spider-Man comic worth? The first Spider-Man comic from 1962 sells for 1.1 million.
That's
That's the whole comic.
Wow.
I'm in the
So
I'm in the wrong business.
how many pages are in a comic? Like
Like,
100,
I don't know back then.
50, 20?
But Darren, you gotta realize that Marvel slash Stan Lee doesn't see that 1.1 million. That's just like resale value.
That's still an insane amount of money for a comic,
I'm in the wrong business.
bruh.
Anybody that's watching this shot, let us know if you do click this because that's
Don't
very
let me know. I might rob you. This is wild.
So I did it with the first Batman. Would you imagine?
Allegedly, that was a joke. Allegedly, or whatever they call it. Whatever the shit is, that was a joke. I
Yeah.
don't rob people.
I've heard stories. This one comic book dude I follow on YouTube, he was telling this story. Excuse me. He was telling this story about when he was in high school. One of his grandmas or something had like really old, had the original Spider-Man and Batman comic books.
Yeah.
She had like all of them. So he used to go over there and just read them like all the time. Then one day, one of his like cousins had like a boyfriend that realized like how valuable they were, and basically kind of scammed her into giving him the comics, and he sold them for like a shit ton of money.
Oh, that's fucked up. I mean, yeah, at least give them the money.
Give
Split
him the
it,
money.
split it with them.
Split it.
You just finesse them out the
No,
money.
he gave her like minimum money. He gave her like probably like $50, $100, something light.
This is America.
That's finesse, kid, bro. No, that's not right,
And there's a whole bunch of people
bro.
that
God don't like evil when he see this shit. He gonna come back and eat you in your ass. You'll
do.
see.
I mean,
You'll see. That motherfucker won't sleep at night.
so you're saying he's wrong for selling, for
I'm
getting.
saying he's wrong for taking advantage of the situation. I'm not saying don't profit off the situation, but do it right with them.
I disagree.
What do you mean?
Take advantage of the situation.
So,
Take advantage of the
so
situation. How close are you to his grandma? That's the question.
not the you don't take advantage of people, bro. Just because people ignore the situation. That's like me. You coming to me being like, bro, my laptop don't work. I'll be like, okay, cool. Well, you need X, Y, Z. It's gonna be $300 on your laptop. You don't know no better. You gonna buy the shit because I told you to.
Yeah.
And then I just came up $300 for no reason.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Okay, fair.
That's fucked up. What do you mean?
I guess that's fair. Rob, what you think?
I think that's wrong to take advantage of an old lady like that and then break
Not
her.
even
You
an
should
old
just let her
person.
know, hey, these are worth a lot of
These
money.
is
You
worth
should probably keep
money.
them safe somewhere.
And you know what? When you give that old lady the shit, help her out, change her life. You know what she gonna do for you? She gonna do right by you. I guarantee it. If she don't, God don't like evil. He gonna kick her ass. That's how I see it, right?
Obviously, the girl broke up with him after.
Obviously, piece of shit. She's probably strung out on heroin right now on the side of the
I
road.
think she should have stayed with him.
No.
Tried to get the money back.
She should have got pregnant. That's what she should have done.
Exactly. Schemed to get the money back.
Got pregnant, got the money back. That's one way to do it. Y'all should not listen to this podcast. Why do we do this on Sunday? This is the worst.
This on Sundays.
This is the worst advice we can give people on
This is,
Sundays.
this is Oh,
Let's see
man.
that payday.
Can you imagine somebody watching this fresh out of church? Oh, my Lord.
They gonna take their wig off and be like, Lord help me. Speaking of we're talking about sports earlier. I got all of my dogs Baltimore Raven jerseys. You'd be proud. They're
Yeah.
all Raven out. Nipsey's thugged out. He looks like he's about to bust a vein at some point.
Y'all think you're gonna do good this year?
We're gonna win it all. Every year. Every year I come with the same energy. We're
You
gonna
think
win it
Lamar can
all.
throw the ball?
I think he got contacts in the off season and now he can see. He has more confidence in this where the ball's gonna go now.
And do you guys know where what you're doing with that rookie that you're drafted that got hurt?
They gonna figure it out. Everything's gonna get figured
Their
out.
first round draft pick got hurt.
But he'll be okay after a while, right? I don't think he's out for the season, right?
I don't remember his name.
Everything
Bateman or
will
something
be
like that.
figured out.
Rashad Bateman. All right, hold on.
Wait, hold on. So you don't feel? So my question is, the J.K. Dobbins thing don't scare you at all?
They gonna figure it out.
Okay, big bet, man. I mean, you got the
Oh, I
answer, man.
forgot J.K. got injured. Oh yeah, it's a wrap. It's gonna be Lamar, and Lamar can only do so much.
That motherfucker's a running back. He's got it.
You know what the problem is?
He,
Now that I'm more
he's a
thinking about it, you
he's a
can't put
good
the whole
quarterback, though.
offense on Lamar. You gotta. They have a decent line. They have a really good tight end. I feel like you're putting a bunch of pressure on Lamar for like no reason, by not having receivers and a running back. I
They
like
got
Gus
the
Edwards.
receivers.
Homie's
They
hurt.
got.
All they got is Sammy Watkins.
How long is he out for?
I'm still trying to find out. He's on IR, so probably like 8 weeks.
6 weeks at most. He'll be back in 6 weeks.
We'll
Trust me.
see.
Look,
We got time.
all
Everything will
I'm
be
saying
figured out.
is, you got him, you got Sammy Watkins, you got Hollywood, you got that tight end. Me personally, I think it's your offensive coordinator that's not making Lamar's job easy. Me personally.
I feel like he has the hardest job in the NFL. I feel like that whole
Somebody,
offense is on him.
I was recently watching a video where somebody was breaking down. They was like, "Yo, is it really Lamar's fault?" And they showed some plays and they showed how some other offensive coaches run them. Whoever the offensive coordinator is for the Ravens, he got
You don't think he sets up his shots? What do you think the problem is?
his offensive philosophy is kind of just really weird. It's kind of weird. It puts more stress on the quarterback to make a tougher throw and a tougher read than just making a quick boom boom. Especially yeah. I don't know. I'll have to show you. I'll show you on the video sometime. Yeah.
All right, bet.
Besides that, Lamar's a beast. Don't get it twisted. Lamar makes that offense go. But I think the J.K. Dobbins is a thing to worry about. Most definitely. Speaking about football, though.
Speaking about football, there's also another video. Apparently, this school called Bishop's Sycamore played the IMG Academy. If people don't know, IMG Academy is like where you basically, if you want to send your kids to the NFL, that's basically where you're going to try to get them in the high school. It's one of those schools. It's basically like MIT for football. That's like the best way I can describe it. It's Harvard for football. The best college kids in the country.
I thought it was high school. There.
It's the best high school?
I thought it was high school.
Bro, they do sports. They're good at all sports. They're good at basketball too.
Is it high school or college?
Oh, this is high school. IMG's high school.
Yeah, it's high school.
But you can transfer your kid down in there if they're like really good at football and they're like have some talent to them. That's what you want to try to get your kid into.
Who's gone here?
That's a good question. Who has gone here to the IMG?
IMG Bathurst.
Alumnus.
That's a good one. Where's football at? Did I pass it? Oh, here we go. KJ Hamler.
don't know none of these names.
Both Scarborough, I know, but
Yeah, I don't know these niggas either.
I don't know.
that name's yeah. I know him.
Is he new?
Yeah, I feel like he just got drafted within the last couple of years.
Oh, he must have. Yeah, definitely. You know,
But
kids
yeah,
are
man.
better.
So what happened at the school?
Oh, I was gonna play the video.
Oh.
On August 29, 2021, a high school football game was being played at Hall of Fame Stadium in Canton. Live on ESPN, IMG Academy in Florida squared off against Bishop Sycamore, a school based out of Columbus, Ohio. But if anyone managed to watch the...
All right, we're all from Columbus. Have you ever heard of this school before?
Bishop Sycamore?
A high school called Bishop Sycamore, no.
No.
But
Columbus is huge though, so it could be any school.
isn't there Bishop Hartley or something like that? That sounds familiar, but not Bishop Sycamore. Go ahead, my friend.
game in question, something was very wrong. The Bishop Sycamore Centurions looked completely overmatched. They were fucking destroyed. Think of it as Cumberland College coming back to life and we're getting bitch slapped by Georgia Tech again. It was that bad. So on the surface, people have a laugh. Bishop Sycamore looked like a squad of scrubs getting their asses handed to them on national TV. But then you start looking into the school itself. There's a big problem. It technically doesn't exist.
Bishop Sycamore told us they had a number of Division I prospects on their roster. To be frank, a lot of that we could not verify.
Bishop Sycamore had boasted about how it's a major D1 prep school. But ESPN, a major media network, couldn't find any information about any of the players on their databases. If you try to look up Bishop Sycamore in regards to Ohio high school football, there's no data about that either. The OHSAA has nothing on them. And worst of all, just look at the team. Look at how they exit the tunnel. Look at the massive size differentials between teams. Look at...
That nigga had a different helmet.
Yo,
Stop playing, dog.
who is this team? Who are these motherfuckers?
I mean, I guess they just got different. They might get different face masks. He might got like his own custom face mask, but.
Yo, why did they come out here and embarrass themselves like this? I'm ready to hear the rest of this.
the massive
And they
size
football this?
differentials between teams. Look at the lack of discipline and preparation Bishop Sycamore has. This isn't a football school. This is a fucking pickup team that played 2 days earlier. You heard that correctly. A football team that was playing a game on a Sunday afternoon played a high school football game on Friday night. The Centurions had traveled to Pittsburgh to play Still Rocks. They lost that game, but that's not the red flag. Why the hell would you need to play 2 games in 3 days? Still Rocks is a decent football school, but nowhere near what you consider elite. They can talk about how they have 2 separate teams, but there were many players who had played both games. Bishop Sycamore is putting kids in their late teens and early 20s through this. Yeah, I said late teens and early 20s. Most of the guys on the roster are either 5th-year seniors or JUCO college dropouts. Not even professionals are subjected to that pace. No wonder why they're getting their fucking asses kicked by IMG. Players are getting injured left and right, and ESPN doesn't know who the center is. He wasn't on their roster list. BS also
What?
played a QB who was listed as a wide receiver. Here's part of the roster they show, by the way. Just
What is happening?
I guess they made a fake football team.
Whose job is it to fact check this shit? Like, at no point did nobody be like, you know what, guys? I'm not gonna lie to you. They're not a real team. I didn't really do my job. Like, what?
I think what gave them the gumption to do that, bro? What gave them the gumption to be like, man,
Bro, y'all about to get slaughtered. These niggas breed football.
yes, they do.
This dude cash can raise more than your car can pull.
That was bad. That was bad. This is bad. This is terrible.
names. No height, weight, or class. The team is so underfunded that players are sharing equipment. Incredibly professional. You should expect nothing less from a school that uses a P.O. box as their address. Or is it a duplex now? They keep changing it. It's allegedly to protect the kids, but it goes way deeper than this. They play out of the Texas Christian Athletic League, based out of Ohio. Look to how they were in 2020. Bishop Sycamore in their first season got absolutely gobsmacked by every opponent they had faced. 0-6 with 2 canceled games. 42.
Bro, they lost to St. Vincent St. Mary. St. Vincent St. Mary is not a football school.
Maslin definitely is. Good God.
2 points for and 227 points against. The quarterback that year was apparently a linebacker convert who was ineligible.
Look at that big ass linebacker quarterback.
What?
Stiff arm that nigga.
For high school football. And did I mention most of their players are over the age of 18? The starting quarterback this year played in another state for 4 years. Most of their highly recruited athletes are fakes. Either guys who lie about themselves or were duped by the higher-ups. And there are at least 3 of them here. Roy Johnson, the coach of BS, Andre Peterson, the director of BS, and Jay Richardson, a Columbus media personality and longtime partner of the two.
We know that.
What?
Stop playing, dog. Stop playing. This ain't real.
What is happening? I don't understand how these motherfuckers. What kind of witchcraft?
Hey, if y'all ever wondered about where we live, where Columbus is out, where the mindset of people, if you ever wonder about me complaining about people driving, this is what you get.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe we can find them and ask about the criminal charges levied on Johnson and Peterson. Loan fraud, bouncing checks, all the shit out of a back comedy.
God.
Yes, the head coach of the Centurions had an active arrest warrant at the time of the goddamn game.
Oh,
that would
my
usually
God.
get someone fired before, but this is Bishop Sycamore. They have bigger issues, like how they prepare for games. Watch these warm-ups against Archbishop Hoban. Look at the differences between the two in organization and professionalism. It almost seems like a lot of these guys were picked up off the streets and given old pads. They dressed in the same black uniforms that Stowe Rocks had in the Friday game. I could have sworn they had white uniforms in 2020. Do they have other jerseys to wear anymore? Where's the money? What elite high school has to run a GoFundMe for funding? Their goal was apparently $20,000. What did they earn? $140. I tried to talk about their educational pursuits, but I can find nothing on it. They say the kids are learning, but there would be some sort of accreditation by a public school board. Their website was a fucking blogspot page that mostly showed tips on how to put together a recruiting tape. I say was because they scrubbed it. Fortunately, I made an archive. Behold its majesty. So with all of this, you may be asking, how do they get the kids to join them? That's simple. They play on their ambitions. Join us and you'll get noticed by D1 colleges. You'll get playing time. You'll be mentored by the word of God.
So is this a scam?
What?
So is this a scam?
What?
Are they scamming these kids? Like, how much money do you think they're getting from this?
Yo, why?
I was lost when they said the head coach had an active.
I mean, that was a dead giveaway, my guy. But like, yo, why? Why you gotta do this to the kids? Like, these niggas just want to play in the league. They just trying to do some shit. I guess it could be worse. I guess it could be worse. They could be ganged up and doing other things.
I feel like this is a very post-COVID world that we live in.
You know, I'm going to be optimistic about this. I feel like he's trying to do good. It's just misplaced. That's how I'm going to choose to look at this today. You're not going to take me down on Sunday.
He's going to have a movie about him one day.
Oh, I should make it.
I won't play him.
Bishop
Ooh!
Sycamore.
I'm going to pull up to the rescue. Write that down, Rob. Y'all going to make this
I know what
movie.
we should do. We should start a football team.
Fuck that. Oh, wait. Can Nipsey and I be coaches? Nipsey gonna be the strength and athletic coach. Nah, he's gonna be on the. I'm gonna be like, y'all running miles today. They'll be like, no, coach. I'm like, y'all thought I was asking. Go get him, Nipsey.
So y'all gonna be running. Yeah.
That's why I play the rest of this. I'm very interested.
I can't.
Stability and opportunity.
This is crazy.
Perhaps a second chance at attracting big-time
And they
scouts if you're
suck,
over the
too.
age of 18.
Right.
It's sweet nectar to the
How old can you be?
And then
What's this?
they get
How old
trapped.
can you be in high school?
Becomes a
18. What do you mean?
Like, you can be older than 18 in high school, right? Or no?
Oh,
If you're stupid.
kicked out.
You get kicked out of high school at 18?
You need to be.
What I mean,
You can be held back. Is that if that's what you're
like,
asking?
like if you've been held back twice, like you can be 20, right?
Yeah.
Nigga,
Bro, honestly, we had
that's
like a
question.
25-year-old at Central.
Stop.
Yeah,
That's
was it
stop.
He was like
25?
23, and not when bro, he was there when I was a freshman. I'm pretty sure he was there, and when I graduated, he was still there. It was
Nah,
bad.
bro.
He fell like 3
See,
years.
we would nah. Cause
Guess his name.
What's his name?
I don't know.
Oh, don't say it out here, but text it.
I don't
just
know.
in
I just
case.
know he was a basketball player.
No. Is it no?
This dude in jail. This dude on
Is
a
he in
whole
jail?
ass. Why do we be making? If I think this is the dude that I'm about to send it in the group chat. 'Cause if it
I
is,
need to see the picture to confirm it.
oh dang, who posted him recently? Hey.
That's why.
Because they said he would be playing on the Bishop Sycamore team. They said he'd be playing on this team. Bro, that dude's older than Look,
No, he's not.
He's older than
On this shit?
He's older than us. The dude that I think he's talking about, bro, look, man. I just can't figure out who recently posted. Man,
I forget his name
No.
though. I totally forget his name.
We're sold on Judah being the face of a prep school, playing an elite schedule, but after they agreed to join the team, nothing added up. They were unable to meet the entire coaching staff. There were a few other players to work out with Judah. There were no organized team events. The equipment was scarce. Everything went wrong. Raven offered to have some of the Bishop's core players tag along on the camp circuit to this past spring, but he was stuck with footing a bill for hotel rooms he was never supposed to fund. He paid Bishop's $1,500 and paid for items such as cleats and dinners for some of his son's teammates. Backed out, Judah worked the camp circuit and accepted an offer from Youngstown State, where he's now playing tight end. When you look at the schedule they put together, I thought it was really good together. So that's a really good. They are playing these big name teams after we back down. You know this. They will make the payments on obligations. Wow. Wow, really just. What's the name?
I cannot remember this dude's name. Like,
Just put it in the chat.
That's crazy. Go ahead and play this video though. So these motherfuckers
The money
steaming.
pit for them. Now, I can hear people say they may have had good intentions, but they backfired. It's possible, you know, the whole religion angle, helping underprivileged men get a step up in life. Here's the problem with that thinking. All three of them tried the same shit before. Allow me to introduce you to Christians of Faith, another elite prep high school founded by the same three men in Ohio. Ironically, they had all the same pitfalls as Bishop Sycamore did. They started play in 2018, going up against elite schools looking to fill out their schedules. They did this without a proper school, no education plans, no home stadium, questionable player status, and a phone number that went right to voicemail. But by God, COF Academy played the year. It was as terrible as you'd expect. They went 1-11. They started with 10 coaches but fell down to 2 and a team mom because no one was getting paid. The players were stuck in a hotel for 5 weeks until, shocker, the checks bounced. COF was no longer considered an academic institution in mid-September and stripped of their school registration by October. Nobody could verify a roster of the team, just like now. COF also played up the religion angle. They were represented by the Richard Allen Group, a financial arm of the...
Come on, dog. That sounds like some Columbus shit too.
Yeah.
That sounds like some Columbus black people.
African Methodist Episcopalian Church, or so they say. That itself
So
was a
they
scam.
said.
The church
Oh.
itself had to come out and say they weren't affiliated with them whatsoever. Christians of Faith would blame the church for everything going to shit, but things got bad for the players. They learned nothing. Nobody went to class. They didn't have classes. By the end of the year, they were sleeping on the floor of a coach's house. Things got so dire that players had to steal from supermarkets just to fucking eat. This is an elite high school? One where everything goes cold after March 2019? It's easy. They'll just change their
So,
name and
how much
partner
time?
with Youth Build, a local school dedicated to helping the underprivileged. But as you can guess, everything fell to shit due to, wait for it, lack of proper housing, no transparency, and bouncing checks. To be so incredibly stupid to not only fail at being a scam, But to do the same goddamn operation again after being exposed as a scam? And change little about it? How the hell did ESPN or Paragon Marketing figure out nothing about Bishop Sycamore before the game? Even the slightest of research and background checks could have shown they were fraudulent. From what it seems, BS has shown that they give a shit about little besides lining their own pockets. But they were foolish enough to not only get caught once, but be brazen enough to try their grift on national television! They'll say they fired Roy Johnson, but it's just to cover their own ass. Johnson was the head guy at COF and is a key figure here as well. All three of these men belong in jail. They not only fuck with the lives of kids thinking they have a legitimate shot at college football offers, but use the guise of religion to give them a sense of comfort in the proceedings. There's a word for men like this.
That's not him.
Charlatan. This goes for the teams playing BS
Alright,
as
for
well.
sure.
They don't care that they're a scam. They'll throw the school some money for a team to play against without looking past the veneer of what they present. It's the cynical nature of high school sports that's overtaken the development of students for winning. Do you think IMG cared about the ethics of their opponent? They played them before in 2020. Bishop Sycamore just got caught doing so. And there are probably plenty more of these schools out there. A handful of teams have already canceled their games with this team, and I doubt they play another game again. At least until the next grift comes along. The Ohio State government is looking to investigate Bishop Sycamore, and I hope they throw the fucking book at them. If Robertson, Johnson, or Peterson are watching this right now, all I have to say is this. You three are a level of scum I try not to cover. Fuck you. You deserve nothing but the cold embrace of a jail cell.
I know I've seen that nigga at least once too. You know how you just see somebody walking around?
Bruh, like,
Gumption.
how did you get this far? There's no way. like I can smell bullshit from a while away, buddy.
I think this all started with the PPP loan. They had to cover that up.
Oh, so they had to keep going back. Irritating. But you know,
Holy
that's
God.
wrong.
Can you believe they were able to were able to play IMG?
I'm amazed that they were, for one, able to win a game. Who did they beat?
Bro, they're JUCO dropouts. They can't beat the top high schoolers in the country.
I mean,
Bruh, I couldn't beat the top high schoolers in the country.
that was impressive, though. That was impressive. I give the
Are you
coaches
telling me
and
when
them
you're
credit.
22, you can't beat the top high school players in the country?
When I was 22, no.
No. Did you?
No, I'm undersized though.
All right.
I'm not a football player.
No, I was not able to beat.
The top football player? No.
No. Even maybe in my prime at like 17, 18. Like,
You tell me you couldn't beat like a
No,
senior.
because it's all starts with what position are you putting
What
yourself
position did
at?
you play in high school?
I'd have to be middle line or something. Like, there's no way I'm on offense because I was smoked. Them motherfuckers was fast. But I got a chance if I can see you coming. L-Train, baby.
I will play so dirty.
You have to.
You just gotta put me on left tackle or right tackle. But I'm playing so dirty.
But those,
The
like,
trenches. You just gotta put me out there. I'll be in the trenches.
the way you were describing that school, like they lived, ate, breathed football. Like, I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know.
what I'm
if
saying.
I'd be able to-
I still say I couldn't have did it in 22.
At
The
20,
top
I mean,
football players, no.
if like I kept conditioning up to 22, maybe. But
You got a 17-year-old corn-fed
who's been
guard,
doing this for 10 years?
who's
Minimum.
pulling, and he's coming to knock your block off at the middle linebacker.
Nah, bro. Like, you're done. I'm sorry. You're done. If you haven't been playing football for the last 30 seasons, you're done. And them boys play football year-round down south. It's not just like how we do it up here. They play year-round down south. Football don't stop. You get 3 seasons a year.
Texas is different. I was just thinking
Yeah,
about
but yeah, I
Texas.
think
but
it's legitimately hot all year round. So you can
Yeah,
legitimately train football all year round.
They get 3 seasons a year. Like, what we would consider a season all year. Like, they do this shit all day.
Well, they
That
did get
makes
that
sense. They
ice
probably
storm
do like
last
spring
year.
ball shit.
Huh?
and Summer ball.
Texas did get that ice storm last year.
They did get that stuff. So,
So be prepared.
You never
But
know. Global
yeah,
warming.
yeah. But overall, I agree with y'all 100%.
That's impressive, though. Good, good. I don't know what kind of shitty scheming or Gmail tricks they were using to do this, but to be able to pull one over and get on national television, kudos to y'all. Y'all the number one trash can in America.
No, not
This is
really.
a tough.
Here's where I say not kudos to them. They lied to all those kids that they were
Yes,
coaching,
they did.
and they basically wasted their time.
They did. But I mean, being able to get on national television to bring light to this and stop it from happening.
But you get
So
smashed. That's not gonna get you a D1 recruit nowhere.
no, no, it's not. It's unfortunate for the children. However, it is good because we no longer will have these happen. We'll be more aware of them, more alert to them, whatever word you want
I
to.
think we should do this shit.
I was just thinking the same shit.
I'm not saying this on air. No, I'm not doing
I
this.
was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
So Darren don't gotta be part of it. Rob, this is what we gonna do.
I'm a
We
fiend. That's what I said.
cut the cameras. What we gonna do? What we gonna do is we gonna pull out a PPP loan in Darren's name. Then we gonna get Nipsey matching outfits for all the teams we gonna start.
Okay.
What? All the teams we gonna
We gonna
start?
start a football, hockey, and a lacrosse team. We gotta get in all the races. We're gonna need a soccer team too. You're gonna have to learn Spanish by 4 o'clock tomorrow.
I'm gonna transform.
No
Yeah,
inglés, no
right.
inglés.
No inglés, no inglés. Solamente en español, papa. I know
Absolutely
poquito.
not. Absolutely not.
No,
Absolutely
it's
not.
gonna be the best game. We're gonna be in India by 3 p.m. on Sunday.
Oh man. Look, I wonder how
Update,
much. I wonder how much jail time he's gonna get though. They gonna get.
like, honestly, did he really do anything illegal
Yes.
besides background checks?
He made they made a fake school. That should be illegal as shit. That has to be illegal
Is
as
it?
shit.
Was it a fake school? It sounded like it was accredited at one point, and then it got disaccredited.
ESPN can sue you by itself.
The kids weren't
Huh?
even going to class.
ESPN can either sue you for money
For what? What
or
damages?
they're not gonna get nothing.
What damages?
They
Credibility.
promised them D1 recruits. They said we have D1 recruits on our team, so we should be able to match up with IMG on national television. And they got smacked and blown out, and because they were lying.
And that was made obvious.
What'd you say?
I said that was made obvious. So what rules
Well,
did they break?
that's why people started looking into it. Like, okay, they said they're this good, but they got smacked on national TV like this. Let's look into this school real quick.
I still don't understand what rules they broke.
You can't make a fake school.
It wasn't fake. They got decredited. It was a real school. Then it got decredited. They should have done the research.
Well, I hope they beat it, but I'm gonna tell you straight up.
I'll be back.
At the same time, no, I don't hope they beat
It's
it.
not looking good.
It's not.
What wrong did he, besides lying to the kids? I'm saying, like, I highly doubt anything was signed, you know? Like, there was probably no,
Gotta sign those.
okay. Writing bad checks is a thing.
It definitely is.
That's no fraud, I guess.
Exactly. And then
Having kids steal, that might be racketeering.
exactly, and if those kids were,
Of not 18, they had to be 18 or up, right?
you could say child endangerment.
If they're 18 and up,
Yeah, well, not if they're 18 and up, or if they are. Yeah, true. But
and if there's nothing signed, you're doing it on your own free will. At that point, would that be? Could you make a RICO? Is that gang? Is that a gang? Is that like RICO cases?
I don't think they would go after the kids, though, would they?
Not the kids, but they can make the kids damages or whatever and go after the head honcho, make them flip.
You know, I was thinking, man, and you can say what you want. The RICO is the worst, most unfair thing ever.
Why they just let it compound and fuck you?
Yeah, but it's also one of the things that nobody knew about until it just hit the mafia figures all of a sudden. At least we know about it now. So exactly, like you said, it's compounding. Like you said, fuck you. But the mafia, they didn't even know about it until they just got hit with it.
RICO did it.
They was like, where'd y'all just come up with this rule? Like, essentially, could you imagine going to court, going to jail, and being like, bro, I know I'm about to beat this. Why are they even doing this? Like, they are crazy for doing this.
And
And then you sit there and you be like, they passed what law? That says what?
Nah.
So they have to prove that I gave the word that Big Tony Salon or crazy some I don't know whatever name did this hit,
Yes.
and they could prove it.
Whack him.
They could prove that I shook down this grocery that this person who was twice under me, that's 5 steps under me, shook down this grocery store in a town I've never been to, or this part of the city I've never been to. Yes, and I'm responsible. Yes. Oh, this is some bullshit. Then on top of it, if they snitched, if they were like snitches and criminal, it's
He a snitch in the streets.
yeah, it's hard to be a criminal and be a snitch for credibility
It's
purposes.
easy to be a criminal and a snitch. You just can't be caught being a snitch in the streets.
Well, yeah, that part. But I'm talking about even if you go to the stand. If I'm a juror, I'm gonna look at you like, bro, maybe they just was giving you some time and you just like got getting out of it by giving this person some more time and building the case. That's how I'm looking at it if I'm on the jury person. But I think it's one of the most messed up things that ever happened to the mafia. Because you can't just like I don't know how quickly it was passed and how quickly they got
Hold
arrested.
on. When you say the worst things that happen in the mafia, was the mafia a good thing to you?
Oh no! I think we just fantasize that as a
As
Americans.
a as a
Yeah.
what's it called? A organized unit
Yeah, I
that goes
think
against the government.
there's a certain Americana about the mafia. I know that don't sound right, but it is. Or there's a certain lust of the American people that they have with the mafia. Maybe it's because of the movies. I think it is because of the movies, obviously. But
The glorification of the mafia.
uh, I don't think any mafia movie glorifies the mafia.
You don't think so?
No,
They
not
show
as
nothing but the good times, the pasta balls, and all the talking.
nah, because in The Godfather, shit gets real right after the wedding. You could argue during the wedding.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was a good time, and then it got worse.
Yeah, I just want to live in good
But
times, man.
not saying none of the bad things that happened were deserved. They all instigated their own bad things that happened to them, didn't they? By the killings and the shootings and the shakedowns they did in their past came to haunt them later on, right? Or am I thinking of a different
You might be thinking about. Oh, you may be thinking
Father
about.
2 or 3? Which I might think.
You have an argument, but uh, you're saying basically cause and effect. You're in a lifestyle. You did something before, and it came back to bite you.
100-fold. If you're gonna kill the king, you gotta make sure he's dead, right?
And that's why we against snitches, right? Even though we ain't even in that life. You
But
can't
this
be
is
you can't be a criminal and snitch on your own people.
we need to go drive by where this place is later today before our drive.
You think there's? Do you think they had a facility?
No, but I mean we can go see the fake facility.
Do you think he's still on the run?
How old is this?
This just happened this week. I saw this happen this week.
August 30th.
Yeah.
Wow, he was on the run. What happens if you Google him?
I think they called the coach.
Does he have an address or anything in Ohio? If you
I think the
Google
guys
him,
might just be sitting up the street.
yeah.
Imagine we drive by the house. That's where all the players were staying at.
I mean, maybe they didn't arrest him because he didn't do anything illegal. They definitely did illegal, but I'm saying.
Yeah. At least some type of question. I feel like I've seen this dude before.
The Kroger at the bank.
Somewhere, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with it, bro. At least he tried. Like you said, I think his heart really wasn't the best. Was trying to be in a good spot.
No, I thought that at first, and then we found out he tried this multiple times before. He's just a piece of shit. But
Oh, never mind. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, true. Sure.
he tried that. He did try it.
Hey, man. We live in a land full of scammers. What you gonna do, right?
What can I say? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make the lemonade with. I want to put fruit in it, like actual fruit. Like get like a mixed thing of frozen fruit and like put it in the lemonade. Let it.
Messed up.
Huh? I'm trying to get y'all fucked up. That way, what you mean? You don't have one? You have like
I'll still
4.
have a drink, but one is enough.
But like, I wanted to be airy. And what's your favorite fruit? Like, I like strawberry, kiwi, orange, pineapples.
Pineapples is the best fruit.
Put in lemonade, spiked lemonade.
Pineapple. I don't know what to go on lemonade. I'm just saying pineapples is the best fruit. You asked me what's my favorite fruit. I said it. Pineapples is
But
the
to
best.
go in the lemonade, you know what I'm trying to do. But for real though, when we get off the air, I want to talk about the scam we're going to start with football players because that'll be.
I'm not scamming no football players.
They're not. They're grown men.
I'm gonna film y'all the whole process so we have a behind the scenes for the documentary. That's what I'm gonna do.
It'll be called How LA and Rob Went Wrong.
It's like, Darren, we need you to say something. Like, I really can't. But when this is all done, I'm gonna have a great documentary.
That's when you find out that I own all the rights to the documentary.
Oh,
Because
so
you got drunk off this lemonade and signed it away to me.
that would never happen.
We will see after this
That would
lemonade
never
gets
happen. I would know that my signature was forged.
You definitely will sign it. What's the time at, boys?
Yeah, that's a good question. Rob, where we at?
Since we made no progress today. Rob's gone.
Still going?
Probably. So I can tell that one story about the first words.
No.
So my first word.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
That'll get him back. He loves that story. I tell her to roll him on his phone and tell it really fast and slow at the same time.
Absolutely not.
That way you feel like you're going somewhere in the story, but you're really not going anywhere at the same time.
When you're going to go find your 2 disc golf?
Bruh, actually, I was very sad. I don't know what was wrong with my hand yesterday. I just in the woods every first throw lost 2 discs. I'm not going back. Fuck this golf. I'm done. I'm retiring.
No.
That's the second thing I've retired from this book.
I'll play it. Then give me all your disc.
You have them.
All right.
I'm never going back with you though.
Are you putting
Crazy.
your jersey in the rafters?
What'd you just say?
Yeah, he's putting his Raven shirt.
Are you putting your jersey in the rafters?
Why would I put my jersey in the rafters?
Because you're
Because
tired.
you're giving up on disc golf. You're retiring from disc golf.
Fuck.
I got you though.
No, what time we at? Rob,
What's up?
what time we at?
47 minutes.
We got time.
47?
What else we got?
What's the next topic?
You got me for 20 minutes.
So I got this philosopher who's the most dangerous philosopher in the West, and I have this song I guys want you to listen to by this girl named Little Sims.
Let's see the most dangerous philosopher. Why is he the most dangerous philosopher?
Hold on, how long is it?
15 minutes.
15 minutes.
You know, I'm trying to highlight it.
Yeah.
If you want to get to the song.
Now,
I don't care about the song.
now
Still gotta show me the highlights.
we are not recorded there.
Slavoj Žižek is a big, friendly Slovenian
is
Marxist
his name?
intellectual who spends as much
Slavoj.
time blathering on about Batman
And they can
films
say Lasana,
as he does Slovene.
but they can say this shit. This shit sound like a Harry Potter
Slavoj
spell.
Žižek is a
But
big,
they can't say my name.
Slavoj Žižek.
It sounds like someone just slapped some shit out your mouth, and that's the sound you made. It sounds like a Harry Potter spell. How you hold it? I don't even want to hear shit he got to say. I'm not gonna listen to you. Your name a Harry Potter spell.
Stop playing. Oh, look. Whenever your name is, you got most dangerous in your name, you get a little bit of attention from me.
But in high school, they would look at my name and say lasagna, but you can say this shit with no problem.
Look, man.
This nigga got 14 Z's in his name.
Slavoj Žižek.
I didn't even know you could have Z's and L's next to each other like that.
Recorded there.
Slavoj Žižek is a big, friendly Slovenian Marxist intellectual who spends as much time blathering on about
Oh,
Batman
okay.
films as he does about Hegel. He's written about 75 books, most of which remain impenetrable to me, but it's his public appearances, both at lectures and at events like Occupy Wall Street, which have really cemented his position as the most broadly popular anti-capitalist philosopher working today. This is because, unlike pretty much every other anti-capitalist philosopher, he actually has a sense of humour. His latest project is a film, The Pervert's Guide to Ideology, directed by Sophie Fiennes. In it, Slav uses Hollywood blockbusters to explain why the bulk of us remain so enthralled to capitalist power structures that we cannot even escape them in our sleep. I wanted to know why I was such a sheeple, so I went to Slovenia to meet the man. Hello. You hate life?
Running from 7 around
Alex.
hell of a day. Well, hi. It's me. Okay, whatever. Keep it on. So we go my place there, no?
Amazing, fantastic.
When you're in town here, do you ever get approached by local fans or something like that?
What do you mean by fans? People
Can we
hate
pause the
me
video real
very much
quick?
here. I'm not kidding.
Can we go back like 10 seconds? Go forward 10 seconds or 5 seconds. So everybody sees all this fucking gang activity. Where is he living?
What did
Nope.
they say? They just said it. Hold on.
Is it safe where he lives?
So I
Because
went
I
to
see a lot
Slovenia to
of.
meet the man.
Slovenia.
I don't go places where I see all these types of artworks on my street signs.
I mean, it's just people expressing themselves, right?
Okay.
Let the people express themselves.
That's how you see it.
Yeah,
Good to know. I'm removing this. Go ahead.
just don't do it here.
Hello. You hate life?
You can fast forward if you want.
Around
Alex.
hell of a day. Well, hi. What do you mean by fans? People hate me pretty much here. I'm not kidding. I wasn't for independent Slovenia. I didn't care about that. I also didn't have any Yugoslav nostalgia. Many leftists have it, and they consider me a traitor there. My nostalgia is for the old times 40 years ago when I was young. You know, even phones were not used so much. This was nice because once a day in the morning, post arrived, and that was it.
That was all communication.
Yeah, then you know you are free for 24 hours.
I noticed you've got Joe Stalin on your
This is just so that I don't mean you personally, idiots when they enter the flat ask me why do you have them. It's strictly for this.
It's just to annoy people.
Absolutely just to annoy people.
I've read on the front of your books it's quoted that you're the most dangerous philosopher in the West. You don't seem very dangerous to me.
Here I must disappoint you. You know, I am this type of a Joker guy. I mean Joker from Batman, you know.
Yeah, I know.
I laugh and so on, but I can be a Stalinist if you give me power, I know how to use it. That's why I'm afraid almost of myself. I don't want power. I'm extremely sensitive. It's beautiful that you were on time there.
Yeah.
You know, even in love relations, you know what's my motto? I quote Lacan. When he says, my fiancée is never late for an appointment because the moment she is late, she's no longer my fiancée. That's the attitude. You know what's one of my tricks? I like it. When
He has a
you
lot
give a
of
talk, or especially if it's a debate, it's good
Yes.
to begin on time or even a little bit earlier. Because then people who are even on time or 2 minutes late feel a little bit guilty, you know.
Why do you want them to feel guilty? Just so
Because they don't ask stupid, annoying questions. I hate debates. People think that I like to give talks. No, I like to write.
If you don't like giving talks, how do you feel about making films? Because obviously The Pervert's Guide to Ideology is coming out. That's
Now you
what we're talking
touched
about.
a very dramatic point. I'm disgusted just looking at myself on screen. So it's not some kind of a extravaganza to say, I didn't see, I saw neither Pervert's Guides to Cinema nor this one, Pervert's Guide to Ideology. I'm too horrified at looking at myself on screen. Ordinary Americans, as ordinary people in all countries, have a multitude of fears. We fear all kinds of things. We fear maybe immigrants or people whom we perceive as lower than ourselves, attacking us, robbing us. In Steven Spielberg's Jaws, the function of the shark is to unite all these fears so that we can, in a way, trade all these fears for one fear alone. Smile, you son of a...
Why is cinema such a useful tool for you when you're trying to analyze the world?
Mostly the way I talk about cinema is simply to use it to illustrate where we are today ideologically. How do we experience our lives? What do we find worth fighting for? What's the meaning of our life? Or small ritual? You have to look at Hollywood, where you get it in pure distilled form.
Hey, buddy. You gonna pay for that or what? Look, buddy, I don't want no hassle today. Either pay for it or put it back.
Your film starts with a clip from They Live, the John Carpenter movie, which is a great movie. If we were able to put on those glasses, what do you think would happen? If everyone in the world suddenly put on the They Live glasses, what would the next day be like?
It would be the end of ideology, I mean. I claim that... okay, I will give you one example. A typical boss no longer wants to be a boss, you know. Imagine this postmodern companies like some digital programming company, creative agency. A boss comes in jeans, embraces you with all vulgarities. Did you have a good fuck last night, whatever. But fuck you, then he remains a boss. He nonetheless gives orders. But the social game is you have to pretend that we are friends and so on. In this relations, the first step to liberation is to force him to really behave like a boss. To tell him, no, fuck you, no comradeship, treat me as a boss, give me explicitly orders and so on. Sorry, seriously, can I give you some fucking fruit juice or
I'd
Coke?
love some fucking fruit juice, please.
Yeah, he's rolling.
I love this guy already.
He is rolling, bro.
He's just boom. He's just with it.
I like him. Yeah, like you said, he's moving.
Yo.
So here it's included the cancer you get because it's 0, which means instead of sugar you get all those sweeteners.
Some films that you seem to be pretty interested in, although very critical of, are the Christopher Nolan Batman films.
This is how crazy Batman's made Gotham. You want order in Gotham. Batman must take off his mask and turn himself in. Oh, and every day he doesn't, people will die. Starting tonight.
I think he's a great director.
You don't think Christopher Nolan has a conservative agenda?
He's a liberal. He's a liberal who is afraid of too much commotion, too much, too violent. But he says this. The one with Heath Ledger, Joker, it's really a Bush-era film because at the end you have reasserting the necessity of a lie. No, like Batman has to take guilt upon himself. Blah, blah, blah. And it's interesting how...
So it's the idea of feeding a myth to...
Yeah, basically the message is our societies can only survive through a benevolent lie or whatever.
There's a point where you're talking about Taxi Driver.
Yeah.
And it seems...
that was a problematic point, incidentally, in the sense that... State secret. I don't like Scorsese. I didn't like the movie. No,
You've got 2 Scorsese films in the movie.
Which is the other one?
Last Temptation.
Yeah, but this was because but Sophie wanted me to do something about Christianity, blah, blah, but my heart was not in it.
I see, you say you don't like Scorsese, but I feel like you identify with Travis Bickle.
He was on the right path, in a way, Travis, in The Taxi Driver. You should have the out...
Have you guys seen Taxi Driver yet? I still haven't seen Taxi Driver.
I feel like I watched a different Taxi Driver with, Denzel Washington.
What?
Isn't there a Taxi Driver with Denzel Washington?
No.
Bruh, I know the Taxi Driver with Denzel Washington.
You know anything else that happened in the movie? I can tell you what movie you think about because it wasn't Taxi Driver. Yeah, I can see that. I got 100% see.
What movie is it?
You thinking that?
Hold on. What? He was.
It was Equalizer.
Was it Equalizer?
Wait,
Yeah.
Equalizer was Taxi Driver? Equalizer came out, what, like this past decade?
Oh, bro, I swore. I was like, I swore Denzel was a Taxi Driver. What movie is this? Yo, I tried shit.
I think it was in the first one and the second one. He was driving people around. That's funny. All right, but we don't gotta watch this whole thing right now. Are we gonna get through it?
We're at like an hour right now. We have like 40
Yeah.
minutes.
I just want to wrap up what we think about this first off. I don't think dude wrong too much about anything. Me personally, I like Christopher Nolan.
Haven't got to his communist ideologies yet.
We're not going to get to it for an hour, right?
I mean, we can go as long as we want now. I figured out a trick to make it MP4s.
Oh, you didn't even say that. Do this.
I thought I already told you that. I thought I told you that last week.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
Very specific way at what in yourself chains you, ties you to the ruling ideology.
You gotta look up.
Yeah, we can technically go forever now. Just to let you know.
I'm in
Wasn't it? Yeah.
Within the film, you seem to
I
use
recently saw that too.
his suicide as an
saw
example of what people should be doing, and people should be violently ripping themselves apart from the ideologies.
Yeah, but you have more intelligent ways to do it. Like my favorite example here from Fight Club. You know when he confronts his boss and then starts to beat himself. This is a much more painful, shocking scene than if he were to attack directly the boss. This is a better example, I think. If you want to do critique of ideology, if you want really to get free, first you have to beat yourself.
I am Jax, smirking.
That's deep. That's deep as fuck. I like this guy, bro. I like how he puts shit together.
Revenge.
What the hell are you doing?
Ideology is not only the world we live in, but especially the wrong ways we imagine how to escape. There, precisely when you dream how to escape from reality, you just reproduce the same world.
I was in the London riots, and you talk about the London riots, and what struck me being in them, reporting on them, was how different they were to riots I'd been in Greece or I'd been in Germany.
Yeah, every violent acting out is a sign that there is something you are not able to put into words. Even the most brutal violence is the enacting of a certain symbolic deadlock.
I wanted to find out if you thought that this was an example of the true power of ideology when for one night the superstructure collapsed and people seemed to be allowed to do whatever they wanted, yet all they wanted to do was steal more trainers and consume more.
But for this, I'm hated by many leftists who desperately try to redeem the London riots. They claim, and I very partially agree, they claim even if it was just attacking the supermarket, whatever, nonetheless, it was a blind, large-scale protest. But where I disagree with them was that they claim you begin like this and then you make it a proper political movement.
Yeah.
I tell them, okay, but this second step will never happen. You know, it's like Stalinists were saying, okay, we have some violence, purges, gulags now, but wait one generation, then we will have, sorry, that second step will never arrive. If you look at practically all revolutions, they happen when things get a little bit better, a little bit of opening, then expectations explode and are disappointed and so on. Look even at Egypt. I'm sorry to tell you, this is horrible to say, but you know that under Mubarak, Egyptians probably lived relatively well on average. There was a new middle class and so on and so on. And they...
Yeah, it was the middle class that rose up to overthrow Mubarak.
Yeah, and there we also saw in a tragic way the limitation, because the middle class, there was no more broad popular left for them to get connected to.
I think some people with Egypt seem to assume that because of this kind of revolving situation of coups, all of the revolutions have been rendered pointless. I wonder if you think that it's kind of the seeds of something more revolutionary have been set within
in the long term, yes, because you know, I'm not a total pessimist there. It's not simply that we are back at Mubarak's time. Something did happen. To put it in pathetic terms, civil society awakened. You have a whole network of trade unions, women organized, intellectuals. Society, social secular life, neither corrupted army-industrial complex nor Muslim Brotherhood awakened. And this is something. You know, I always quote today Walter Benjamin, who said that behind every fascism there is a failed revolution. We should never forget that so-called Muslim fundamentalists are an ersatz for the failed left. The key event in Arab countries of the last decades is the disappearance of secular left. Take Afghanistan. Afghanistan was not a conservative fundamentalist country. I remember 40 years ago, it was a progressive monarchy with a pro-Western king. Then they had a local communist party which was so strong that it even took over. And then, Russia intervened, Americans supported fundamental...
I gotta go. This guy's giving me
that is to say,
PTSD.
40 years ago, Afghanistan was a relatively open...
What do you mean? What do you mean?
All right, man, stop this.
I can't listen. I feel what he's saying, but I can't see him touch his face no more.
I was about to say, bro, as soon as we finish this, I was gonna be like, somebody go back and count how many times he touched his nose or touched his face in general. I'll
Okay,
never
$100.
seen him. Oh my goodness. I'll give him one thing.
Touching his face.
I remember a lot of times when I used to see people do. But
Yeah, that's exactly what that looks like.
But I don't know what he does in his free time. I don't know what is legal or illegal where he lives. I
And we're
can't
not
judge.
sure. Yeah, exactly. We're not sure at all. It just looks
I
like
just can't keep watching him do this shit, bro. Touching his shirt every 5 seconds.
it's so distracting from what he's saying too.
Like I'm focusing on him, and then bam, I'm just distracted immediately.
Yeah, because he's not. It's not like he's wrong with what he's saying, but it's a way of thinking. It's a way of thought.
It is impressive. I didn't know people thought. I don't want to say this far out, but like, it's just I don't know. I don't normally think so. I guess that's cool.
I found out a lot of times that people spend a lot of times on politician things. Politics. Yes, there's politics. I would say.
I don't do politics that often.
There's a word for it. When people like want to go like study politics in college, what's it called? It's something politics.
Political science.
Political science. Yeah.
Very interesting.
He definitely has to win, and he's not in America because he's dangerous. I don't understand what makes him dangerous.
Yeah,
because he's.
I don't get how he's in the West.
Communist ideologies.
I mean,
so superstar communist, whatever his name is the most dangerous philosopher in the West.
But he's not in the West.
It's because we're capitalists in the West.
Yeah.
So he is the most dangerous to us.
Yeah, and what yeah,
I get it now.
You know what I really understand overall though, and I was breaking this down recently.
Mm-hmm.
You can go socialistic, you can go capitalist, you can go communism, whatever. Everything's gonna have its good things and else going to have its flaws. At this point, all you can do is if you really want to live in a place where it's socialism or capitalism or communism, you need to just choose and go to a place that is best suited for you. That's why I feel, me personally. Now, me personally, I'm an American. I'm capitalistic. That's the way I look at life.
Problem is, some people can't afford to go to those places because of where they currently are.
Yeah, that sucks. But here, you can at least got an opportunity to grind to get to.
You have an opportunity to grind.
Yeah, you do.
You
get a job.
You're guaranteed an opportunity to grind.
No.
Yeah, so you're not given an opportunity to do anything like that. You are given a chance to obtain an opportunity.
That's enough, and that's enough. I feel like that's enough, especially after COVID. You can get it. I ain't gonna say you can get a job anywhere.
You can get almost any hosting job. You
Yeah.
can walk with no experience to get a hosting job. Restaurants are looking for people anyway.
There's a lot of places.
I'm leaving. I don't know where.
Yeah, I'm not.
Where you're coming from? Can we say this on Twitch?
No, you cannot. And on that note, we're going to end the podcast because this is where Rob comes out and anywhere saying.
What was I going to ask you about before we log? Have y'all heard of
Raiders?
Have you heard of what?
I'm trying to remember.
Bro, I made some more fried chicken. Woo-wee. That shit was good.
I'm done, Rob. I'm done. I'm ending the podcast.
Have you heard of the movie called Whatever Happened to Kendrick Johnson?
No.
No. What is that about?
Look up that preview real quick. It's on YouTube. What happened to Kendrick Johnson with a K? Johnson.
This is a movie?
It is a movie. Well, they made a documentary about this thing that happened to this young man. Yeah, there should be a movie.
Oh man, do we got it? Is this going to be something that we just don't know the answer to?
It's called Finding Kendrick Johnson. I lied. Finding Kendrick Johnson. You got to play it. So,
I can't do this.
See what y'all think about this.
911, where's your emergency?
Yes, I'm calling. My son had come home from school. Kendrick Johnson.
You know, she said, have you heard from Kendrick? 12 o'clock, I knew he was dead.
Oh, I heard about this. I know.
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah.
So hold on, let it play.
The body
We
had
have
been
to.
moved. The scene, in my opinion, had been compromised.
When they said he climbed inside the bed to get the shoes, I already knew that was a lie.
We opened the body in this particular case, and the organs were not there. Paper had been stuffed into the cavity to fill it up.
Body parts are missing. Evidence is missing.
And we tested it, and it was blood. Now, we did DNA testing, and it was not the blood of Kendrick Johnson.
If it wasn't Kendrick blood, who blood was it?
The parents hired their own medical examiner who said this was a killing.
An FBI agent's home was raided last month in connection with the investigation into the death of a Valdosta teenager.
Supporters for Kendrick's family are calling for a Department of Justice investigation.
What do you want? Justice!
The Johnsons and their supporters now hope the FBI will get an answer to what happened to Kendrick Johnson.
All along, we know it was bullshit. We know it was bullshit.
If KJ had been white, we wouldn't have had to make this film.
That is what I wanted to end on this note with. If KJ was white, would they have had to make this film?
No.
So y'all familiar with the story of what happened, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So just so y'all know,
I saw that Zola movie.
We talked about it last week.
Have y'all seen it yet?
Yeah, I watched it. I told you about it.
I talked about it on the podcast last week.
Oh shit, that shit was good.
I told you about it, but what I wanted to talk about was this is coming out. I don't know if it's already out or not, but it's coming out. Y'all should definitely watch it. Go support it. Tell me what y'all think about it. Because I'm watching it this week. That's your homework for next week.
What's it gonna be? What's it on?
I still gotta watch Candyman.
I'm not sure what it's going to be on, but I'm sure if you YouTube it, it might be on YouTube.
I don't know, man. That depressing stuff. I don't know.
Depressing to know what happened to this young black man. That way we are informed to teach our children to be
Carry a
safer
gun. Carry a gun.
and figure out what things to do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
White
think
people have been calling us before I was born.
What
They
the-
be calling us after.
And honestly, the story was this was considered an accidental killing, like someone he accidentally died or whatever. No one was ever really charged or whatnot.
Nobody can see your screen, right?
No.
I hope not, because he's going to jail. I'm not part of this. And that shit's fucked up. We really need to.
Look, let me tell you. Ever since Sandra went, I've been thinking the same things.
I'm about to make my kids watch this shit. That way they see it. But that's all I got for
I don't
y'all.
think that's bad. Yeah. All right, man. We can wrap this up.
I still gotta watch the Five Bloods movie. That's what I'm gonna do tomorrow. I'm gonna just watch
That's a
movies.
great movie. That's
I'm
a
gonna watch
good
hella movies tomorrow after the gym. Rob, you going to the gym with us tomorrow?
I didn't know y'all going to the gym. What time y'all going?
What time we going tomorrow, Darren? We gonna go before the gym open.
7:30.
Yep.
I don't work tomorrow at 7 a.m. Damn.
I don't work either.
So I said I have to work.
Oh, that's shitty. Damn. It's a holiday, bro. You sure you work tomorrow?
Nope. But I'm gonna get holiday pay if I do, so I'm showing up.
Oh, there you go.
Anyway.
All right. Thank y'all for watching episode 35. We appreciate y'all. Remember, we're live every Sunday on Twitch, and we upload our videos on Tuesday on YouTube. Thank y'all again for watching our video. Make sure you like and subscribe down below. Also, make sure you go to our social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Also, we're on TikTok. It's at Inspired by Ambition. Our website is inspiredbyambitionpro.com. Go check that out. We sell hoodies and t-shirts there. They're pretty dope. Go check that out. Lastly, once again, y'all, we just appreciate you guys watching the video. Thank you once again. Peace out.
Peace. Y'all stay up.
From small to triple XL, all inspired by ambition gear at inspiredbyambitionpro.com. That's www.inspiredbyambitionpro.com.